Let's dive into a lower body Heightmaxxing posture correcting workout. Warning, there will be no bar squats in this video. Loading your spine with weights on a bar and going into a deep squat is not the best way to build function and altering agility for a long-term body. This movement generates spiral waves of tension throughout the body. Pay attention to any wobbles or imbalances and train yourself to be able to do this smooth and slow. This is one of the most holistic full body exercises that I've come across. The process of doing this movement well will unravel, align, and fortify your best posture. Last month, someone in the comments challenged me to do a dragon squat. I'm not there yet, but I want to show you what I'm doing to be able to get there. For about 20 years, I ignored my structural kyphosis, and that led to a lot of tension and locking up in the hips. I invite challenges like this because the process of accomplishing this move and all of the progressions leading up to it create a lot of healing, a lot of alignment. When I do these movements, it requires a chain of coordination and strength throughout the body, and I can feel and even hear the changes that are happening. In this case, particularly in the hips. I'm getting pretty close to a unassisted single leg pistol squat, but this shrimp squat challenges a whole new line of strength throughout my body. And my philosophy is that whenever I identify weakness, I go towards it and train it and convert it into strength. Whenever I identify tension, I also go towards it. And I stay aware about which posture I'm generating the strength from. Because I was holding a kyphoscoliosis for many years, my myofascial chains of strength created a compensated structure. When you have imbalances in your spine, your body will compensate and create myofascial chains of strength with those compensations. If you want to build your highest posture, you will have to let go and release those. Sometimes that feels like you're taking a step back because when you force your body to use its primal, its foundational lines of strength, you might feel like you're taking a step back. But this is where the real strength is built from. Drop the ego and be patient. Find whatever assistance or training wheels you need to be able to go through the ranges of motion without using the compensations. Be aware if you are in your compensated posture or you are encouraging and inviting a higher posture. In a movement like this, I am mindful about extending my middle upper back. So I really want to feel like ice is going down the back of my shirt here to open up the chest, but also keep the bottom of the rib cage down. So in this session, I did identify some restrictions and some tensions that were in parts of the range of movement in my hips. So I took this as an opportunity to generate some strength through that place. I'm not a huge fan of just passive hip mobility where you just kind of stretch your hips open. It's not nearly as effective as generating strength through the range of motion of your hips. And the range of motion of your hips is the infinity symbol, the figure 8. Whenever you walk or run, your hips are moving in a figure 8 toroidal motion. So instead of just charging into a weighted Bulgarian split squat here, I'm taking the time to listen to my body and look for where that restriction is, to feel it out. Paying attention to a great upright posture, feeling elongation through the back of the head, feeling my left glute support this posture. Most people with imbalances in their posture find that their glutes are the first ones to work less, to function less than they should. The lower body and the hamstrings start compensating for that posture. So this Bulgarian split squat and this movement here are forcing that glute to go to work to create stability through a full 360-degree range of motion. As I get deeper, I notice that I lose some of the stability and strength. Perfect. That's exactly why I'm in the gym and training, is to seek out and destroy those weaknesses in those ranges of motion. It tells me that as I go lower, that's when my hamstrings and lower back start taking over the work from the glute. So here, by going slowly and mindfully, I'm able to force the glute to stay in control. As I do this, I feel that my myofascial bands are corrected, and that little swivel of the head right there is integrating those alignments that happen by generating that more functional chain of strength in my body. I love it when there's a set of rings around. The rings are an amazing teacher. They are an entire gym in themselves. If you haven't inverted yourself, if you haven't gone upside down in a while, you probably should. Some people recommend every day. It's a great practice to go upside down. Correcting your posture is about renegotiating your relationship with gravity, and flipping upside down is one way to do that. Okay, let's wrap up with some T3 raises. These are amazing for correcting any forward head or kyphosis that you may have, any tightness in the upper back. So I'm getting a straight line from my hand to my shoulder to my hip. So here I'm retracting with my shoulder, activating that mid-thoracic, and then I'm lifting that arm up. This is way harder than it looks. Start with as light weight as you need to be able to do this and feel the effects of what this is doing. If your upper back has been scrunched up for a long time, the fascia in that area is going to really enjoy this liberation that happens through this movement. Retracting the shoulder, straight arm up. When you hit restriction, just like I hit a bit of restriction there, that's when I'm getting to that edge of the range of function of that myofascial line. And when I'm wriggling here, I'm wriggling and integrating that new movement pattern, that new chain of strength through my body that I hadn't had in a while. I've had tremendous corrections when I get to a point of resistance, like right here, but push through it. It's in that moment that you're unraveling your myofascial wetsuit. Our fascia is a webbing, a spider suit, a wetsuit that encompasses the entire body and wraps around every organ. It's one of the most powerful tools we have. Bending the knees stretches the wetsuit. Elongating the left arm elongates that part. And then the mid-upper back is forced to go into action here. A part of our body that often gets shut down or too tight when we have kyphosis or scoliosis. If your upper back is all scrunched up, the answer is not just stretching. It's generating force. It's generating motion through that area, releasing the adhesions. Fascia is fluid and it flows. When that area is not being used, when it's not contracting and relaxing from use, it goes to sleep and it gets all gunky. The stuff works. Scan this barcode to get into the Posture Dojo. The entire Heightmaxxing protocol is there.